You just don't realize how much cat hair is on you until you start trying to record a video in a black hoodie. But anyways, I'm back with more of my RPGaDay 2018 videos, and I've fallen behind due to the amount of homework I've had this week. So I'm going to be shooting 3 videos back to back to back, and we're going to start with topic 29, which is to share a friendship that you have because of RPGs. If you watched my previous videos, you'll see that I mentioned a friendship that I actually rekindled due to RPGs, but I don't want to reuse that answer because it's kind of cheating. So my actual answer is going to be I have a group of friends that I met through RPGs online because I responded to a Reddit looking for group post and filled in a slot where a player had dropped out of a game. I expected that we would play into a decent point and then, that would wrap up and, they would carry on with life. But we ended up actually playing all the way through Princes of the Apocalypse. We made new characters and went all the way through Storm King's Thunder with only one TPK. Well, the rogue who started that fight managed to get away, but that's a story for another time. We made new characters, finished that out, and then made new characters and started at the start of Tomb of Annihilation and have almost reached level 7 and began to delve into the tomb itself. We got one more thing to do before we can go into the actual tomb. But next month actually makes 2 years that I've been playing with all these guys, and they're from all over the country, and they play all sorts of different types of characters, and they all have very different types of jobs and stuff that I would have never bumped into any of these folks if it had not been for just looking for an RPG to play while bored one day. So that's my official answer for day number 29 in a friendship that I have because of RPGs. But I also want to mention that I have lots of friendships because of RPGs, because RPGs and board games are actually like my go-to way to make friends when I move to a new town, which I do a lot because I'm in the military and I move around a lot. So every time I get to a new town, the first thing I do is I find the local gaming groups, be it board games, RPGs, or both. And if there's not one, I make one and I start recruiting people. That's what I did in my current town. I made a Discord server because there wasn't really much gaming happening. And now we've got like 75 folks in there. And every other weekend or so, I have folks over and we play RPGs or we play board games or we just hang out and eat tacos and talk about geek stuff. So in addition to lots of long-term friendships that I have because of RPGs, I would easily say that most of my friendships are because of RPGs. And to take it a step further, I guess, I can't claim that my dating and then eventual marriage was because of RPGs, but I can certainly say that they've played a bit of a role in them, in that she knew next to nothing about them when I first met her, but I managed to bring her over to the dark side and teach her nerd stuff and get her playing with several of the friends that I made through RPGs. And in fact, I ended up proposing to her directly before a Tomb of Horror game. It was kind of funny because I was actually a little late to that session because I snuck her off somewhere and surprised her by proposing to her. But then she got me back because in that same group we were playing the D&D 5e starter set, and one of the boxes in the dungeon after one of the big boss fights, I found my wedding ring in the box. And it's funny because there's a video out there actually. One of the players had sneakily got conversation started beforehand that he was going to record the session because he was planning X, Y, and Z with his stream and blah blah blah, and she masterminded all kinds of stuff between the DM and the other players, and she got me good. She surprised me. I was not expecting that when we killed that guy who, spoilers, that in the box the awesome magical ring in the box would also be accompanied with a physical box placed in front of me at the table for my sweet, awesome, shiny wedding ring. that I super like and I'm super proud of. So, love stories and nerd stuff. Catch you on episode 30.